Greetings to one and all for joining us. I welcome everyone to this special session at the Human Rights Forum during Copenhagen 2021. Through this session, we would take you through a fascinating journey of an emerging intersex human rights movement in Asia. My name is Prashant Singh, and I work as a coordinator at Intersex Asia, a regional level organization based in Taiwan, which works for the human rights of intersex people in Asia. At the outset, we would like to thank Amnesty International and organizers of Copenhagen 2021 for giving us this opportunity. Even though the pandemic has, taken away all our opportunities to meet in person, but it's great that we are able to do this virtually at least and get an opportunity to interact with, people from around the world at this amazing event. All right, so that brings me to the theme of the today's session. Today, we are going to be talking to the founders of emerging human rights movement in Asia. So we have with us Haika Chu, Ethan Regni, and Jeff Kagandahan, who are the founders of Intersex Asia, a regional organization which started in 2018. And this is something, the organization is now 3 years young and now gaining strong ground. Now, so therefore, it is kind of an opportune time to talk to the founders, how their journey has been, and how do they view their experience before starting the network, as well as, how the work has been going on so far and what are the plans ahead. So before I invite each speaker, I would like to introduce the panelists today. So first of all, we have Haikar Cho. Haikar is one of the co-founders of the organization. Currently, Haikar serves as the executive director and chair of Intersex Asia. Haikar is a pioneer of the human rights movement in Asia, actually, starting her own organization back in 2008. OII Chinese, which was one of the first intersex-led organizations in Asia. Then later, I just started, sharing a story widely with the movement in Asia as well as abroad. And then, in 2015, Haika was elected as the first co-chair of Intersex ILGA Asia. And also, the same year was that the year 2015 was quite a landmark year. It was kind of the first informal meeting of the group itself. So that's again, was a important year in that sense. Also, in the in the same year, the first expert meeting was organized by the UN Human Rights Council, the and where the intersex people were invited for the first time. So yeah, I was part of that panel as an Asian representative, and yeah, so the conversations moved forward, I guess, and then later in 2018, Haika was elected as the first co-chair. Since the foundation of the organization, Shahika has been working as the co-chair as well as you know working for the organization. Last year, after 12 years of almost continuous constructive activism, Haika was awarded the Community Hero Award by APCOM. And starting this year, Haika started serving Intersex Asia as the chair as well as executive director. So it's great to have you here today, Haika. Next we have Jeff. Jeff is also one of the pioneers of the movement in Asia. Actually, Jeff's case is very well known. The case which he took to the Philippine Supreme Court back in 2008, when he won the right to allow his gender marker in 2008. So that was a pivotal movement actually, and this case is celebrated worldwide for setting a precedent. Jeff currently serves as the co-chair of Intersex Asia, an officer in charge of Intersex Philippines, an organization which he co-founded in, along with other Filipino activists. Intersex Philippines currently works as a support group as well as they work a lot on spreading awareness, organizing the community for in Philippines. They have been also speaking out on the legislative changes that are happening in the country. So it's great to have you, Jeff. Recently, since beginning of the 2021, Jeff started working. He was elected as co-chair of Intersex Asia. So that's another great development. Next, we have Ethan Regni. another stalwart of the movement in Asia. So Eason is the first openly intersex human rights activist in Nepal. He's a co-founder and executive director of Campaign for Change, which is Nepal's first and only intersex-led organization. Under Eason's leadership, the organization has been, for the past 4 years, working extensively in taking up advocacy initiatives, in participating in UN mechanisms, spreading awareness at different stakeholders. Eason also made submissions before and engaged with two UN treaty bodies which gave strong recommendations with regard to intersex human rights in Nepal. Uh, and of course, Eason has been part of the journey of Intersex Asia since its beginning in 2015, which was the first informal meeting. And he's part of the first Asian Intersex Forum and elected as the first co-chair of Intersex Asia in 2019, along with Haika. And currently, again, Eason is part of the executive board of Intersex Asia. So it's great to have you all to discuss this subject. So uh, maybe I would like to start first with Hiker. Uh, Hiker, you were like, like we said, you're one of the pioneers of the movement here, and so that's why I particularly I wanted to ask you, how would you like to introduce the network first, because here we have an audience coming from around the world, so they would get to know the network. And also please share a little bit what was the movement behind starting the movement in Asia, because the time when you started interacting with international activists, there were no public intersex voices here. So what was your motivation behind engaging with finding other activists in the Asian region? And when how did you realize need for having a organization for your own?
Thank you for the introduction. It's yeah, very detailed. Um, Actually, I believe none of us feel that we are, an activist. We are activists in the beginning. Actually, in the beginning, we are just, intersex person, and discover there are other people, and we want to, connect with each other. That's the most original motivation that I started, because I was so happy. In 2008, I found other people like me, and I was so empowered. And actually, I want to bring the same energy um, to our community. Yeah, but in the beginning, I have no vision, being an Asian, or I only myself only. So I think I think it's the need, the need to meet each other, and the need to meet your peers, your peer group, So that's I think the most original one. And uh, I have to say, I'm lucky that I can read in English. I can read English. So I started my self research in order to learn about who am I in 2008. And luckily, I found that there are already intersex activists in the US, and they started to speak out and fight for our human rights, and tell the world that we are real, we are people, and this is so inspiring. So this is really the original, and in 2000, but at the beginning, I didn't really feel that I'm an activist. I just want to create a possibility, or take opportunity to meet each other. And so I met founder online, and he's the one. It's Curtis Hinkle who invited me to, build the OI Chinese, because there is no information about intersex in Chinese at that time. Even now, there's still no another one. So our Chinese website become, I think, very important one for intersex Chinese speaking intersex people, and that is also my intention to bring to build a platform for intersex people, for Chinese speaking people, because I saw maybe the intersex people are very rare. So I think I should build up, one for all all Chinese speaking community globally. That's what my idea. I didn't know that there are so many intersex people at that time. Yeah. Then after that, I still didn't have, come out, idea as an intersex person, but it's hard to find other intersex people in my country, in Taiwan. If you don't come out, it seems not possible. So that's that's how I learned from my founder and other activists in the US. So that's in 2010 I started to came out and initiate the Free Harvest Intersex movement wearing this t-shirt and uh, and joined the Pride Parade in Taipei, the biggest Pride Parade in Asia. So that's the start. And I think that this movement made me discovered by, at the time by Europe. They were, planning to have the first international intersex forum at that time. So my movement was recognized, and I was kind of had the opportunity to join the first intersex forum in Belgium. And it was super inspiring and empowering meeting for me, because I never see so many intersex people in my life. So that was so super, super inspiring. So, but I discovered that I was the only one from Asia. And it's difficult for me to speak for all for people from Asia. So in the second year, I was still the only one, only delegate from Asia. Then I think it's a problem because it's too heavy for me. I must have, I must find someone else. I must find, or incubate, intersex activists from Asia, so we can join the forum together and speak for speak for Asia together, because I'm only one from a small island, and I couldn't speak for everyone. So in my mind, I feel this is my mission. After the conference, I think it's so important that we have more voices from here, and people from different countries should talk about their own issue specifically, because I don't know all the issue here. So that's what I think. So in 2013, I just when I discovered there is a Yoga Asia conference, so I think maybe I can find some other intersex people there or activists there. So I went to Yoga Asia in 2013. So maybe I can say that this year 2013 is the first year that in my mind that I try to build up Intersex Asia. Actually, since that year, I did build up Intersex Asia on Facebook. It's a private community group. So I started to search for intersex people from Asia, no matter you are activist or not, because I believe at that time most people have no idea about intersex activists. Intersex, we don't know about that, that much. So not mention intersex activists. But gradually I discovered Ethan. Yeah, I think we met on Facebook and tried to contact Ethan. And I talked to him. I know that he is doing a great job by himself. Yeah, maybe at that time he didn't feel that he's an activist as well. We just feel so happy. We have friends that working in a different country. So in the so in 2015, when ILGA Asia conference was hosted in Taipei, I tried my best to, I feel I'm seducing some intersex friend, to join me in in the ILGA Asia conference, I want to create the first gathering of intersex people from Asia, and we did it. Yeah, and that was amazing experience, and I believe that is also an inspiring experience for the participant at that year, because we actually we met first time, and we also speak in the Pride Parade, Taipei Pride Parade, and came out together collectively, and that was super powerful, and intersex flag, the year is the first time that intersex flag we waving in Taipei, in Asia, I think publicly, yeah, because I think I made the first intersex flag here, so we can go to parade and raising intersex awareness, and I was lucky because the support of intersex community and LGBT community in ELGA. I was selected as co-chair, so it actually helped us a lot to raise intersex awareness in LGBT community in Asia. So yeah, that's how we started, and gradually we feel we are a group of people, not only me. So in 2013, finally in 2017 we finally, I was not the only delegates from Asia. We have 6 more intersex activists from Asia to speak for ourselves from Asia in the International Intersex Forum. Yeah, so luckily we have the first forum in Asia in 2008. And that was the biggest, very important moment, because that was the moment that we get together formally and create our first statement. And most importantly is that we feel that we need to have a network, and we raise our hand to show our our will. We want to have a network. That's how Intersex Asia network was created, and we have to thank for thank this to to Ethan, because Ethan is the one that we need to have a network. Okay, I think I will talk about it here.
Thank you, Haika, for that. Taking us through the chapters of history of Intersex Asia. Well, now I'll turn to you, Ethan. While under Hiker's impression and also your own assessment of yourself, you didn't consider yourself to be an activist, but you were the one giving the idea of establishing a network, and you actually started your own intersex organization before Intersex Asia also. So tell us through your journey about how did you get connected with the movement, and also like what difference has Intersex Asia made after, because you already had a national level organization of your own before the Intersex Asia came about. So how the how your own organizational work has changed before and after Intersex Asia's birth.
Yeah, thank you, person. Thank you so much for well introducing, and thank you very much, Iker, for memorizing my great memory to connected with Hiker, and then I started my activism. Yeah, I started my activism in 2011, and because being an intersex person, I belongs very remote area in Nepal, and where there is no, still there is no any information regarding on LGBTI, and I had faced a lot of discrimination in the society, and then I decided to leave my birthplace because and then I knew when I came to city, and I knew there is the LGBTI organization, and I involved with that organization. I connected with that organization, and at first time I got to know about LGBTI term, and then I decided there may other intersex people, so I have to vote for the intersex people. And in 2000, since 2011 to 2015, I started my activism from my personal experiences, because I didn't know what is that exactly issues of intersex people, because we don't have a community of intersex people, and at that time I connected with very few intersex people. That's why we didn't know exactly what exactly intersex issues. And at that time, even I didn't confident like now, because when I uh, or LGBTI term first time, then I started to study about intersex and intersex issues. After that, I started to connect with other intersex people, but it was very difficult and it was very hard, because there is the societal stereotype. Being an intersex is course of past life in our orthodox society. So many intersex people still they are hidden in the society with their identity. There is no courage to expose their identity, because there is no acceptance for intersex children, adult, and intersex people who have intersex variation. And when I started my activism from my own personal experiences, I always share my personal experiences in each and every forum where I got to connect with other people, or program. And around 2013 or 14, I got to connect with Hacker, because there were many people in my country, and also we didn't have connected with other regional level or other country in the region, and also it was very far to connect with other continent or regional intersex movement, because we are belongs so many diverse background. So there was some challenge to connect with other intersex activism and intersex people. And in 2015, I got already memorized to me. We had a chance to gather intersex people from different part of Asia in Taipei. And at that time, because before that, I used to think I was alone in the world. And when I started my movement, I was also alone to raise the intersex issues in the country level. When I participated in that gather, and I connected with other intersex people who have the same experiences, who were in the same position, because we were 7 people from different part of Asia, and we were only one person to raise, or somebody who were not activists, but so many people who were working on intersex, staging on intersex issue. Those people who were only one from their country. And after that gathering, my confidence level is increasing, because we when we connect the people same like us, and, and we feel we can get with our family. That's why after that I realized finally I met my family member. And then hiker is my inspiration, because I have learned a lot from the hiker, how to uh, raise our issues, how to connect with other community members, and how to raise our issues within the broader human rights movement. And at that point, I also realized, because when I started my activism in 2011, I started to study on intersex terminologies, issues, and other intersex movement, which movement are already started in Africa, Europe, and America. And I always asked to Hiker, we should have a regional level organization. And and we gathered in 2015. After 3 years, finally we have a regional level organization. And before Intersex Asia, had I had been raising intersex issues, but even I didn't have confident. Because we didn't I have so many, like we didn't have any resources to know about the intersex issues and relate the intersex issues from another country to our own country. So after Intersex Asia, and we got to connect with other intersex people from other country in the region. And also before Intersex Asia, we are very weak, because if and also there was already LGBTI movement, but those movement already use LGBTI acronym, but our issues always overshadow in that broader movement. So that's why our voice was not strong as now. And when we have a regional level network, and that network has become a pillar for national level intersex led organization and movement to empower and support, sustain and strengthen to strength, because before that we didn't have such kind of support system or support mechanism. And after 2018, from Intersex Asia, we got so many support from Intersex Asia to raise our issues in the national level to support our community member. And our activism is totally changed before Intersex Asia establishment and after the Intersex Asia. And now we have Intersex Asia in the regional level network. Before 2018, we were very few people from different part of country in Asian region. Now there is the Intersex Asia. We have some intersex led organizations. Slowly, national level intersex movement are increasing. National level movement, community building are increasing. There are quite progress in the other country in Asian region after the Intersex Asia. And now we before our existence is already in the society since the like human civilization, but our issues never been in a mainstream like a movement or mainstream society. And we never get support from the other organization, other institution. When we have Intersex Asia, now a pandemic is everywhere around the world, and our people are in the most risk position, because being an intersex people, there is no access to education, health facilities, or job employment. There is no skill for intersex people, and our community intersex people are most risk position, because now we have Intersex Asia, and through Intersex Asia we are able to support our community member. It's quite a change from before Intersex Asia and after Intersex Asia. And also I feel we are stronger than the before, because there is the hiker, there is the JIF, there is the other activists from other country in the region. We share our issues, we share our experiences, we share our things to each other, and we get the idea to solve that. If we have any problem, we solve that problem to collectively, and we learn each other and we teach each other, and now our issues is become stronger than the before in the national level and the regional level. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Ethan, for sharing your experience and how the establishment of the Intersex Asia network has given confidence to intersex activists as well as supported so many initiatives which our member organizations are right now taking up, like yourself. I mean, the one important facet which Ethan mentioned was about awareness, and right from the start, Intersex Asia has come out with so many translated publications which aimed at spreading awareness on intersex rights in the different regional languages. And in that project, all our board members, the co-founders, have played a vastly crucial role. Uh, Ethan recently, I mean, his organization has published uh, two books on I'm giving a conceptual understanding of SOGSE concepts, and these things are really crucial, and they came out in the Nepali language, and these sorts of initiatives are really crucial. And I mean, you can see the impact that the establishment of a regional organization can have, and the kind of confidence it can give to national level organizations.
Yeah, it
So
is
that,
it is only possible after the intersex issue, because there before that we didn't have any resources and any support system to do that kind of work. Yeah.
right, you're right, absolutely, Sam. So now I think we can invite Jeff into the conversation again. So Jeff, I mean, you started out very early, but it was in Philippines with your major case. I mean, I'm sure at that point you wouldn't have anticipated the kind of precedent it would set for everywhere across the world. I mean, you must be aware the kind of the case is cited across the world, but in India as well. Uh, but your organization started recently, and you joined the Asian level intersex activists in 2018, and that's when you got connected with the regional at the regional level. So please take us through your journey, after you attended the first Asian Intersex Forum, because I feel that was the crucial point in your journey when you started thinking about having an organization in the country, in Philippines, as well as being more actively part of the regional movement as well. So, and also, like, I would ask you the same question: how has your situation changed before and after Intersex Asia came into being?
Parshan, thank you for the very good introduction and the questions. Let me begin my journey as an intersex big brother to my to the community here in the Philippines. Back in December 2003, I started the petition to change for the correction of entries in my birth certificate in the regional trial court, and in January 2005 the lower court granted my petition without knowing that the Solicitor General oppose it because there are no laws in the Philippines allowing to change correction of entries in birth certificate. But the Supreme Court of the Philippines, which is the highest court in the Philippines, granted my petition or sided with the lower court decision to grant my petition for the correction of entries. And that start my journey, yeah, because many people, because it was shown in the national television, because as you said, it became it became the landmark case in the Philippines, and I don't know if other and many countries also watch it. Many intersex people try to connect with me. They even come to my house uh, to say thank you for being brave, for because at first they feel that they are alone. uh, I also experienced that. I also feel it crying at night that I thought that I am the only person born with this kind of uh, uh, that condition. But yeah, and through that we started a small support group, an informal support group back then. We are not registered back then, and started chatting out. We started as 4 members, but we became active and big after my participation in the first Asian Intersex Forum. Because before the first Intersex Asian Forum, I was invited several times by Miss Jonalyn Bulado, the first active intersex Filipino back then. But I turned down the in some almost all her invitation because I'm managing a small school during that time. But in 2018, I think that's what I felt the calling. That's my call. Yeah, I first uh, I became friends with Hiker through online also, but I never expected that I will see, yeah, him in person. Yeah, that's why when I attended the forum and saw that there are many intersex from around from different countries in Asia who are willing to who came out and sacrifice uh, uh, to give a bet to improve lives of the intersex community in their respective country. It gives me an inspiration. Uh, I felt energized that if those peoples can do something, why can I? Yeah, that's why when I get back to the Philippines, uh, I try to uh, I have a very special mission to reach out to more intersex Filipinos. Yeah, and that's the start of one of my mission. That's why I try to reach out to every intersex Filipino, although it's hard because if they will not come out, I we cannot reach out to them. But whenever a intersex Filipino is story was televised, I reach out to them, and all those people who wrote in the comment section that their family members, their friends, and their relatives are have the same kind of variation, intersex variation. I reached out to them now. Uh, we are more than 50 members, and that's why uh, if I didn't even I did never in my dream that uh, I what do you call that, that I can be an intersex activist because I didn't consider myself one, because back then I just want to help by giving advices, because my masteral is guidance and counseling. That's why I thought that that's the only part I have. That's the only uh, that's only I can give to the intersex community back here. Uh, but when we want change, I think if we want to encourage changes, we need to act. Yeah, that's what I learned from the different activists, Asian activists. Even though the life in Nepal is very hard, I am a witness of how hard life in Nepal is, especially in the intersex community there. But Isan is doing a great job. Why can I? Yeah, that became my goal. Uh, it, I need to do something. That's why Intersex Asia is a big help, and I'm grateful to be part of it. That I started with them since 2018. I've learned a lot from them. They became my inspiration, and that's why uh, organ even Intersex Asia helped me in organizing the first Philippine National Intersex Forum. The difference is that even though we meet online, uh, having a community meeting face to face is different because you will be energized, will be inspired by hearing their stories. That's why I almost cried when my dream of organizing the Philippine Intersex Forum was became true through the help and effort of Intersex Asia, because 12 participants came out and I didn't expect them to come out. After sharing my stories and what I've been through, the struggle, the challenges, and the thing is that they also experience it, and maybe they got inspired by me coming out and be brave about uh, and leading the community, intersex community on, yeah, because we are planning we are planning to reach out to more Filipino intersex. That's why uh, I am truly grateful that Intersex Asia given me the trust to uh, to manage our group. Yeah, it's been a long journey, but a very challenging journey. But without them, we will not be successful. And and Intersex Asia has 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 big has gone too far since 2018, since we start, because we have reached out to many countries, even though we haven't to call that we haven't reached out to all intersex in all Asian countries, but we are trying our very best to reach out to them through our program like the fellowship. Yeah, that's why yeah, until now I'm very grateful to such an organization like Intersex Asia. Yeah, thank you, Parshan. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. There you have it, folks. I mean, so many historical milestones that have, you know, that took place in the last 3 to 4 years since Intersex Asia came about. All you've heard from all the panelists regarding, how their lives have been changed, how their organizational work has changed, how the movement has, has got a new life after the regional organization came about. um, Now we have very little time left, but there is enough to briefly, invite each panelist to share a little bit about what challenges do they see for the movement now, and what kind of support and resources and the challenges that they face, in encountering those challenges. So maybe I'll go one by one in the same order. Hiker, would you like to start about the challenges that are there for the intersex movement at the regional level?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. As the executive director of movement in Asia, intersex movement in Asia, I think our goal is still our very big challenge. Our goal actually is to create a bigger intersex movement. So I think reaching out more intersex people from different countries and incubate more intersex activists and intersex-led organization are our main goal and are still our big challenges, because it's with our community actually it's very hard to have voices from the ground. And this is something I think is very challenging, because I think in 2018 we had our first statement from Asia. It was based on the Malta statement, right? And also we also contribute, participants also contribute the specific issue from Asia, from 10 countries in Asia, but I think still not enough, because we have more than 50 countries in Asia. There are still a lot of voices not heard. So this is I feel this is a big challenge for us. Yeah. So so I think we are working on it. We are promoting moving toward it in many ways. Hopefully that our fellowship program and our research project will help us to gradually reach out more people and creating abundance intersex movement in Asia.
Thanks a lot, Hiker, for laying out the uh, goals and objectives of the organizations for the coming years. Ethan, would you like to come in?
Yeah, adding to Icar point, another challenge is knowledge. Within the Asian region, there is very little knowledge on intersex issues and intersex terminology. That's why it's very hard to connect with people to educate the people in the society about intersex issues. And also another challenge is visibility, lacking the knowledge, and there is no acceptance to intersex people in their family, in the society. There is no legal protection to intersex people in Asian region, in country, in the region. So it's very hard to show our visibility and to show our data to with other institution to make a plan on intersex population, to intersex population. And other challenges is the resources, and it's not for the Intersex Asia maybe, and it's for the national level activism, because we are we are getting the support from Intersex Asia, but there are so many other donor agencies who are investing to LGBTI issues in the national level. But those donor agencies think they already invest to LGBTI population, but there is no access to that resources of the intersex people. These are the other challenges to adding the point with hacker. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Isan. I mean, you raise a very crucial point regarding the sustainability of intersex movement, and this is a point which is, common to almost all regions. But yeah, particularly in the global south, this is a very relevant subject which should be taken note of by, donors and human rights organizations in general as well. Now, may I invite Jeff? Uh, you wear two hats as now the co-chair of Intersex Asia as well as the officer in charge of Intersex Philippines. So tell us a little bit about the challenges in Philippines as well as how do you see the challenges for the movement at the regional level also?
Yeah. One of the challenges here in the Philippines is what do you call- how to reach out to more intersex Filipinos. Because as you know, if they don't come out, we cannot reach out to them. That's why we made resources available. We have a Facebook page, and because I think social media plays a vital function in reaching out to them, especially nowadays that are. But still, there are communities where don't have internet access. That's why we use also television as a means of communicating to them. We always use the invitation given by the universities so that we can reach out to them. Yeah, they help us in sharing awareness about intersex, and even they referred to us if they knew someone who is suspected as an intersex person. Yeah, and I think with regards to, I agree with Isan and Hiker. I think the challenges in Asia is that uh, another one is language. Yeah, and because there are many Asian languages, and uh, if we only focus on English, people are not even some people are not fluent. That's why it's great that Intersex Asia translated the first Asian intersex statement and the United Nations Intersex Pact Sheet into different Asian languages. Uh, Resources also. Uh, when I first search about who am I and what am I, there's no resources coming from Asia. I found the resources coming from the Western countries. That's why I think it is great that Intersex Asia is focusing on uh, language translation projects and having to reach out to more intersex countries that has no intersex representation. Thank you, person.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. Uh, these I mean, listening to the journey of Intersex Asia and the role played by the panelists there, I recalled a quote which is usually attributed to Margaret Mead, that never doubt that a small group of thoughtful and committed people can really change the world. And you can see the example for yourself here. It's a small group came together in an informal meeting, started out as an informal social media group, and now it has reached a level that there is a functional, resilient, strong regional level organization with a very clear vision and mission, and a strong record to speak for. Um, so thank you so much for everyone who's joined in. And in the remaining part of the session, the panelists will be open to taking questions if you have any. I would like to thank the organizers once again of Copenhagen 2021, as well as Amnesty Denmark, for giving us this opportunity. Thanks a lot.